All right, the Federal Reserve is very much looking at cutting interest rates at September 18th meeting in 2024. As this new article says, a new era of easy money dawns as the Fed nears first rate cuts since 2020. So, big change. They're obviously going to go shift and get lower interest rates to try and stimulate the economy. Inflation must be slowing down and unemployment must be going up enough that they want to stimulate the economy by dropping interest rates and making lending more affordable. So this could be a drop. Now, we'll see how much it drops. Typically, when the Federal Reserve drops interest rates, it's by 25 basis points. That is 1/4%. So if they're going to drop it from 5.5 down to 5.25, see that's about what you would expect. Now, some people are saying, hey, what if we have a jumbo 50 basis points federal rate cut? Some people are saying that shouldn't raise an alarm. 50 basis points. Obviously, at that point, they're saying, hey, the economy's in a really bad spot. We need to drop it so that we can stimulate the economy. More people would go out, get funding, and try and build up more of the economy. So there's some analysts that say they wouldn't be surprised at a 50% basis cut. I don't know if that's going to happen. Some other people right here is saying like, hey, instead of a 50 basis point cut, we're going to do a 25 basis point, but then we're also going to have it cut a couple more times in 2024. Originally, they were thinking we'd see one cut in 2024 and then multiple cuts in 2025. This one's saying, hey, what if we just have multiple smaller cuts in 2024? A poll of economists. So right now, there's a bunch saying it's going to drop by 25 basis points, and then there will be more cuts throughout 2024. In this poll, only 9 out of 101 expected a 0.5 percentage point cut. So only 9% of the people polled, these economists expected a 50 basis point drop. So we'll see how much it drops by. I do expect a cut. Now, the big thing that this is going to drive for most people is mortgages. The federal rate isn't 100% connected to mortgage rates, but it definitely plays into it. So as we see the Federal Reserve dropping rates, and we can see a drop in rates for your mortgage as well. So right now, currently as it stands, a 30-year fixed mortgage, 6.74%, 15 is 5.9%. So, if we could see a 0.25% drop from that 6.74 down to 6.5, it can make an impact. I'm actually going to show you real quick how big of an impact that can make. I'm just using the median home price of $412,000, and then I'm saying, hey, we're going to finance 80% of it, so that we're having a 20% down payment. If we have 6.74 right now, right here, your scheduled payment is $2,135. Now, if that drops to 6.5%, your mortgage payment drops to $2,083. Now, I'm actually just going to pull the difference on that. So it saves you $50 a month, which is $600 in a year. Which, hey, anytime you can save a little bit of money, go for it, because I've said this a million times, but there's 2 ways to have more money in this life. One is to increase your income. 2 is to decrease your expenses. So if you can decrease your expenses by having a lower rate, obviously it can be a good thing. Now, if I had bought a home and I was sitting at a 6.74% interest rate and it dropped to 6.5, I probably wouldn't refinance quite yet. I would want to see a bigger drop in interest rates. The way I do that is, typically there's some closing costs associated with getting a loan. And so you're going to have, you may have an appraisal depending on how long you've been in the home. You're going to have some title work, some things like that. So say you have $2,000 worth of closing costs and it's going to save you $50 a month. That's 38 months worth of savings before you get the money back for closing. So it's going to be a 3-year payback period, which isn't bad if you ride out the life of that loan. But when it really starts becoming worth it is when, 0.25%, I don't know if it's quite worth it to refinance. 0.75%, very much likely that it's going to be good to refinance your home. 1%, yeah, it's probably a no-brainer at that point. So we'll see what the interest rates do. I do expect some cuts. I do expect interest rates to drop, but I do think we're not going to see the full effect of all of the drops until middle of 2025 or even end of 2025, and I think that's when they will have dropped significantly because we'll have multiple rate cuts at that point. Anyways, let me know if you guys have any questions on interest rates, how you can save money for your mortgage. Hit me up in the comments section. We'll talk to you guys next time.